Today in Los Angeles, a community mourns a heartbreaking loss, while another celebrates a generous act that sparked smiles even in the middle of a legal fight. Let's open the book on this.
Hi, I'm Garrett.
And I'm Leah. Welcome to Layback Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett, bringing you the latest from Los Angeles. First up, in Apple Valley, a tragic crash claims the life of a pregnant mother and her unborn twins. Lorena Lopez, a 33-year-old who was 5 months pregnant with twins, was killed when another driver allegedly ran a stop sign and crashed into her car. Her 2 children who were with her were injured. A makeshift memorial is growing at the crash site, which is how communities often express collective grief. The investigation is ongoing, and the condition and identity of the other driver have not been released. Friends remembered Lopez as a dedicated mother and a workaholic who at one point juggled 3 jobs.
That just hits different. It's heartbreaking, and it's frustrating because a blown stop sign is such a preventable mistake. Road safety sounds simple, but it's serious. Full stops, looking both ways, and slowing near intersections. The memorial there shows how the neighborhood is holding space for her family, a powerful way people say we see you and we remember. All right, let's roll on. Next up, demolition work at a Boyle Heights warehouse is halted over a fight about preserving evidence. Here's the setup. The warehouse, managed by a company called Lineage, was badly damaged in a June fire. Altus Power, which owns the solar array on that site, is being looked at as a possible source of the fire, which is not confirmed. Altus says keep the scene intact to preserve evidence so investigators can figure out what happened and who's liable. Liability just means who's legally responsible. Meanwhile, there's rotting food and debris sitting there. Neighbors are worried about health risks and the smell. The county issued a public health directive in June pushing for cleanup, but officials also say evidence can't be destroyed. It's a tough balance. Renewable energy can reduce emissions, but even systems like rooftop solar need thorough safety checks. And when something burns, you've got both public safety and proof of cause to think about.
I'm worried for the folks living right there. Rotting food waste isn't just gross, it can bring pests and air quality issues. I get preserving evidence. That's essential for a fair investigation. But why can't they stabilize what needs to be examined and quickly remove what's clearly hazardous to people's health that would reduce risk without losing important proof? This is a small snapshot of a bigger environmental challenge. We want clean energy, and we also need strong safety planning when something goes wrong. Next up, speaking of public safety, California cities are using drones to catch illegal fireworks this 4th of July weekend. Cities including Riverside will have drone teams watching for launches. The goal is fewer injuries, less pollution, and fewer fires. Quick note on what's illegal. California bans fireworks without the Safe and Sane stamp, and many cities go further and ban all consumer fireworks. Drones give officers video evidence so citations stick. Riverside started doing this last year and saw citations climb, which suggests better enforcement. These flights are launched in response to specific complaints to address privacy worries. A pilot program called Drone as First Responder, meaning the drone gets there before ground units, has spread since 2025 as rules eased. And for context, fireworks can be devastating. Last year's fatal explosion in Buena Park is a sobering example.
I'm down for tools that keep people safe. Drones are fast, they document what happened, and that record can deter copycats. If people know there's clear video, they think twice. I do hear folks on privacy, but if it's complaint-driven and purpose-limited, meaning the drone only flies where there's a specific report for fireworks, that helps draw a clean line. Also, a team with a police officer and a firefighter means responders can pivot right away if a roof or brush starts burning. That's pretty cool, right? Let's switch it up. California just returned a coastal stretch known as Blues Beach, 136 acres in Mendocino County, to indigenous tribes through a nonprofit steward called Kai Poma. Kai Poma represents the Sherwood Valley Band of Pomo Indians, the Round Valley Indian Tribes, and the Coyote Valley Band of Pomo Indians. This land was taken in the 1960s for highway plans and has been heavily used by the public without much structure. Now, for the first time, land managed by Caltrans, which is the state transportation department, is being transferred back to tribal care. The plan is to study the site culturally and environmentally and keep public access from sunrise to sunset. Stewardship here just means caretaking with cultural knowledge and long-term responsibility.
That's a story worth telling. Returning sacred land matters. It's recognition and repair in action. Indigenous stewardship has centuries of place-based knowledge behind it. That can guide how visitors use the beach, how wildlife is protected, and how erosion or waste gets managed. Keeping the beach open during the day while centering tribal leadership feels like a balanced way forward. And there we have it, full circle on that one. Last up, a Fresno County farmer turned a legal standoff into a generous giveaway. In Reedley, farmer Cesar Mora, who's been growing stone fruit for more than 30 years, had a contract dispute with Jumara Brothers Fruit Company, a big produce marketer. Rather than let his nectarines rot, he launched a No Nectarines Wasted campaign and gave away about 182,000 pounds over 5 days. People lined up, traffic got wild, and the scene turned into a kind of summer block party. The legal details are still in dispute, but what's clear is that the community showed up, thanked him, and took home fruit that might have been lost.
That's one for the memory bank. Not gonna lie, it's a clever way to make the best of a bad situation. It saved food from the compost pile, got fresh fruit to families, and drew attention to how small farmers can get squeezed in contract fights. Hopefully, it sparks more conversations about fair terms and quicker dispute resolution. That's just lawyer talk for settling arguments faster, so harvests don't get wasted. All right, that ties it up nicely.
Thanks for tuning in to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett from Los Angeles. Have a great day and come back tomorrow for more updates.